Okay, the next topic is plasma membrane. So, we all know about plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is a living membrane which is generally surrounded by a plant cell or an animal cell, right? So, every plant cell or an animal cell is generally surrounded by a living membrane. That living membrane is called as plasma membrane or biomembrane or cell membrane or plasmolemma. Now, when you talk about this plasma membrane, the thickness of the plasma membrane is somewhat 70 to 100 angstrom unit, right? If you see the thickness of a plasma membrane, it is somewhat 70 to 100 angstrom in thickness. Now, here this plasma membrane was generally suggested by by two scientists, right? And they generally called this model as fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. So let's talk about fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. Fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane for the very first time was proposed by the scientists Singer and Nicholson in 1972. Singer and Nicholson in 1972 generally gave the theory about the fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. Now, according to them, this model is compared to the protein iceberg in the sea of lipid, right? It is compared to the protein iceberg in the sea of lipid. So as we see, there is a long sea, right? A large sea is there, and in the sea you can see a big ice slab. So here the ice slabs are compared to the protein molecule and the sea is compared to the phospholipid bilayer, right? That's why they said it as protein iceberg in the sea of lipid. Now every plasma membrane is generally made up of a phospholipid bilayer, right? Phospholipid means it is made up of phosphorus and lipid, and it is bilayer. Bilayer stands for upper phospholipid layer and lower phospholipid layer. So plasma membrane is generally made up of phospholipid bilayer. Now, every phospholipid bilayer is generally made up of two components. One is generally called as globular and spherical head, and second is called as long and slender tail, right? So head and tail are the two parts of the phospholipid bilayer. Head are hydrophilic in nature, whereas the tail are hydrophobic in nature. Now, head are hydrophilic and tail are hydrophobic, right? Now, what do you mean by hydrophilic and hydrophobic? Hydro is water, philic is loving. So water loving species are called as hydrophilic, right? And tail is hydrophobic. Hydro is water and phobic is hating. So water hating species are generally called as hydrophobic, right? Okay, so head are generally globular and spherical, and tail are generally long and slender. Head is hydrophilic in nature, they have an affinity to react with water, water loving, and tail are hydrophobic in nature, they do not interact with the water, and they are hydrophobic, that is water hating. Head are facing in the outward direction, whereas the tail are facing in the inward direction, right? Now there are three different types of the protein molecule. First, intrinsic or the integral protein. Second, extrinsic or the external protein. Third, ternal protein. Now let's talk about the protein molecule. The first one, intrinsic protein. Now, the protein molecule which is tightly attached or bounded to the phospholipid bilayer internally is generally called integral protein, right? ऐसा प्रोटीन जो आपका पूरी तरह से phospholipid layer को internally bounded या attached है, such kind of a proteins are generally called as the integral protein or the intrinsic protein, right? Second, extrinsic protein, right? The proteins which are loosely bounded to the phospholipid layer externally are generally called as external protein or extrinsic protein. Now, ये ऐसा प्रोटीन है जो आपके phospholipid layer के बाहर present है, and it is generally loosely attached to the phospholipid bilayer. Those proteins are generally called as extrinsic or external protein. Third one is generally called as the ternal protein. The larger protein molecule which are larger in size and this protein run across the entire phospholipid layer are generally called टर्नल प्रोटीन। ये काफी बड़ा प्रोटीन है। दिस इज द लार्जेस्ट प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल एंड दिस क्रॉसेस द एंटायर मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ द phospholipid layer. Such kind of a proteins are generally called as the ternal protein, and ternal protein has a chain of glycoprotein molecule. These are the three different types of the protein. Internal protein, also called as intrinsic. Second, external protein, also called as extrinsic, and third is ternal protein. So the proteins which are tightly bounded internally are intrinsic protein. The proteins which are externally present loosely bounded are called extrinsic protein, and the protein which are larger in size and run across the entire length of the phospholipid layer are generally called as the ternal protein, and they generally have a glycoprotein chain molecule. This is the simple ultrastructure of a fluid mosaic model which was been proposed by the scientists Singer and Nicholson in 1972, and they called this model as protein iceberg in the sea of lipid. Here the iceberg are the protein and the sea is the phospholipid layer. Now let's talk upon the functions of the plasma membrane. The number one, plasma membrane generally provides a definite shape to the cell and prevents the cell from mechanical injury. It provides a definite shape, a framework to the cell, and also prevents the cell from the mechanical injury. Second, plasma membrane plays an important role in reabsorption, excretion and secretion. Reabsorption of the useful material, excretion of the waste material, and secretion of some of the material takes place in the plasma membrane. Third, plasma membrane is a semi-permeable membrane or a selectively permeable membrane. Very, very important. Semi-permeable means only, say example, only the solvent can enter but not the solute. And what do you mean by selectively permeable? Some selected material can pass in and out of the cell. So it is a semi-permeable membrane or a selectively permeable membrane. Next, what you can say about the plasma membrane is that plasma membrane also sometimes plays an important role in exchange of gases. That is, somehow it plays an important role in the respiration, exchange of gases. And the last function, plasma membrane plays an important role in endocytosis and exocytosis. Two important words, endocytosis and exocytosis. I can get a clear word. Endo is inside the cell, exo is outside the cell. So what is endocytosis? The entry of the food material inside the cell through this membrane is called as endocytosis. Whenever the food material are entered inside the cell through the plasma membrane, it is called endocytosis. And exocytosis, that is the removal or the exit of the material outside the cell, is generally called as exocytosis. Right? So endocytosis, entry of the food material. Exocytosis, exit of the waste material from the cell. And one more point, that is penocytosis. Penocytosis is entry of the food material in the solid form. If any kind of a material is entering inside the cell through the plasma membrane in the form of solid, then it is generally called as penocytosis. This is the functions of the plasma membrane, and this is fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane given by scientists Singer and Nicholson in 1972. Thank you.